Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to revise Chapter 5, the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India means Bharatiya Sambidhan is the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework demarcating fundamental political code, structure, procedures, powers and duties of government institutions, and sets out fundamental rights, directive principles and the duties of citizens. It is the longest written constitution of any country on earth. B.R. Ambedkar, chairman of the drafting committee, is widely considered to be its chief architect. Then after the Indian Constitution. Indian Constitution is the longest written constitution in the world, which originally had 395 articles divided into 22 parts and 8 schedules. At present, our constitution contains 448 articles with 12 schedules. The Constitution of India is a set of rules and laws according to which our country is governed. On one hand, it defines the position and powers of the three organs of the government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. On the other hand, it explains the relations between the government and the citizens as well as the rights and duties of the citizens. Then after need for the Indian Constitution, it allows the government to interfere and restrict economic and civic freedoms. India needs a new constitution that constrains governmental power and restricts it to the proper role of the government in a free society, namely to protect life, liberty and property of the citizens. Formation of the Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India is the supreme law of India. The document lays down the framework demarcating fundamental political code. Already I explained in front of you. After the independence of India, a constituent assembly was formed to frame the Constitution of India, and some prominent members of the Constituent Assembly were Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, etc. The Constituent Assembly in turn set up a drafting committee to prepare the draft of our constitution, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was made the chairman of the drafting committee. After considering the various aspects and after going through the constitutions of the countries like USA, UK and Ireland, the drafting committee drafted the Constitution of India, and after the approval of the Constituent Assembly, the Constitution of India came into force on January 26, 1950. 26th January is therefore celebrated as the Republic Day all over India. And the drafting committee took 2 years, 11 months and 18 days to draft the Constitution of India. Then after nature of the Indian Constitution, the Indian Constitution is both federal and unitary in nature, as it is a combination of federal and unitary features. In the federal setup, there is a 2-tier government with well-assigned powers and the functions of all the parts. The chief characteristics of the Constitution of India are: a written constitution is a formal document defining the nature of the constitutional settlement, the rules that govern the political system and the rights of citizens and governments in a codified form. Then after longest constitution, the Constitution of India is the longest written constitution of any country in the world. It is the very lengthiest constitutions in the world. It is also the most detailed in the entire world. Originally, it had 395 articles and 8 schedules. Then after rigid and flexible constitution. Rigid constitution is a constitution which stands above the other laws of the country, while flexible constitutions do not. In contrast, a flexible constitution is one in which the legislature may amend the constitution's content and principles through use of the ordinary legislative process. Then federal form of government. A federal system of government is one that divides the powers of government between the national, federal government and state and local governments. The Constitution of the United States established the federal system, also known as federalism. Okay. Then after parliamentary system. A parliamentary system or parliamentary democracy is a system of democratic governance of a state where the executive derives its democratic legitimacy from its ability to command the confidence of the legislature, typically a parliament, and is also held accountable to that parliament. The Constitution of India established a parliamentary form of government. The central government is answerable to the Parliament of India, which has 2 houses, the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Similarly, a state government is answerable to the state legislature, which may have also 2 houses, the Vidhan Sabha and the Vidhan Parishad. Thank you, students. It's all for today.